Peace, joy, and blessings be unto you. Maps. I've learned that the adoption system in wherever it is, they call the training to train the adopters, the parents to adopt children and raise them. They call it MAP training. Now, I don't know if it's still prominent, but there is an agenda to push to call certain individual MAPs as well. I think you may need to rethink adopting children and how you raise your own children. If you have adopted already, rethink. Don't raise your children off of your own morals, lessons, and values. No, train them with the scripture. Train a child up young so when he is a man, he will not depart from the ways, from the faith. Sorry, sisters. But indeed, there's an agenda being pushed, being normalized, trying to be normalized. So indeed, seek wisdom and discernment from the Most High. I'll tell you this: global positioning systems are not run by satellites. Space is not a thing. The firmament is not as high as you think either. It is no, it's not. It's actually fairly low, lower than you think, because we live on a concave plane, like basically the lens of your glasses. Many trust to fix their eyesight rather than trust the Lord. This concave lens, right? You just go to sleep at night, and then your eyes will be fixed. Pray for healing too. This concave lens, because it's not like a what they say flat, right? But like you think your hand is flat, right? No, it's concave. It's T. That's convex. Convex is going up, right? Like a vortex. But concave, like concave. That's how the firmament is. It goes. It, think of contact lens more because people more get that more. A contact lens is it's curved, right, but very slight, so can still fit on your eye. Very slight is curved, see, very slightly does it. So that's why you don't fall off when you go very far. Also, a big reason why you don't fall off the edge is because angels draw people back closer to forward to the back to the land, back to the more closer to the center whenever they get closer to that ice wall, which is Antarctica, which is like the big Arctic lands is Antarctica. The glaciers, right? You know what a glacier is? Sorry, peace and blessings be unto you, blessings for the shell and hit there. Glaciers are the ice wall, those big glaciers, not mountains. I mean mountains too, maybe, but Antarctica mostly. The ice wall. Antarctica was not discovered until well, the ice wall wasn't even seen at all by any eyes until like the early 1900s, the early like first beginning of the 19, right before this century, that century wasn't even discovered. So it's every time, just like the Garden of Eden, right? If someone ever draws near closer to it, an angel's going to draw them back. That might be why some people sometimes go in circles because they're going close to something they're not supposed to. So an angel just draws them away and turns them away, like dodging attacks and agents. You don't have to entertain them. You can just dodge them. You can just ignore them. You just like, okay, I'm focused on the most eyes called me to do. The ice wall basically surrounds all the earth, and then the firmament's over it. So the Earth is like a lens, like a contact lens, very slight, very slight. That's why you don't usually see the curve because it's very slight. You still get valleys and hills because it's like basically things like this, right? Through 3D imaging, right? They map out planes, right? The if you ever like play a game where you map and you actually generate a map, right? Sorry. The plane can still generate nooks and crannies. It can still generate hills, valleys, mountains, and all that stuff. And largely, for the most part, it's still flat, right? But there still can be valleys and hills, and some parts being inconsistent or seeming to be inconsistent, but it's really just a hill, and the really just a mountain. It's inconsistent because you haven't proved it, or because you're denying yourself, because you're trying to justify yourself. Actually, it's why it seems inconsistent, why it seems like it's a flaw, because you're going to the verse to justify yourself, because you're going to the verse and actually not looking to believe, but just to like, oh, ha ha ha, scripture, with no actually understanding, because understanding is a gift to actually read and understand and actually see what the verse is telling you to apply to your life. That's wisdom to apply it. This thinks wisdom to understand it. You need to understand it. There were actually scholars. They took scholars, scribes, and Pharisees to read the Bible. People that were learned, who were nobles, who had that good, what they say, charter education, and then going on to a pristine level college, getting doctorates. That's the level of education Pharisees had, the scribes had, but they still didn't have what spiritual knowledge to actually get wisdom to apply it to their life, to have understanding, to actually understand it. They can memorize it, right? They can put knowledge in their head. Like they knew how to, brush their teeth and everything. But to apply it, they had to have wisdom and discernment, which they didn't have it because they were just plush bags. They were just meat bags. And some people were actually spiritually awake, but they had the wrong kind of spirit. They had the wrong kind of spirit, and that's really what they're more possessed at that point when their spirit is like spiritually. Because you're only most I can go because listening, people know how to. Some Pharisees know how to grow their spirit with fasting and prayer. Does not consult your doctor first. They know how to deny themselves. They know fasting and prayer will grow their spirit. So there are Pharisees, demons, and devils, witches and warlocks that actually do fast, yes, and they grow their spirit, right? They gain some kind of strength, right? And they use it for the wrong reason. Most High shows us, I will grow your spirit. I will show you how to grow your spirit, right? But many Christians don't. But devils fast. Oh, but did you know about that? Yeah, the devils, the witches, warlocks, they're fasting. They're growing their spirit. They're growing in some kind of wisdom of vipers. Oh, wait a minute. Wisdom of vipers. There's wisdom. There's some knowledge you should not apply in certain ways. Wisdom. So the vipers got wisdom. They're gaining wisdom and fasting. And, well, but they might not pray to the right God. They might not do the praying. But they're gaining wisdom and fasting. Yeah. Oh, well, do you know about that one, huh? Why aren't you fasting? It's like a school, right, lesson. If you take a few weeks out, even a day sometimes, might be behind, depending on how late in the year, might be behind on the lesson, on how everybody's caught up. You might be an A student, but if you take a day out, oh, peace. If you ever knew how a zero affected GPAs, yeah, that's how it is for finished work. These don't like that's how it is when you being lukewarm. But peace, joy, and blessings be unto you. I hope you get all hundreds, all perfect marks and scores. Might have to use the paper later. Peace, joy, and blessings be unto you.